Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro. Weekly horoscope, week starting from 2nd October to 8th November. One very important transit, Venus, and other is a transit of Moon, but four transit, which are rare in coming months. You can see there will be on three only, two only. But how they will impact you? Let's welcome Akashji from Calgary, Canada. Namaskar, Ram Ram. Akashji.
Namaskar, Rohitji, Ram Ram. Yes, so this week is a special week. Let's start with Aries ascendant. So, when we talk about Aries people here, Venus will enter into Libra, finally enter into its own sign after a debilitated period. Seventh house, house of relationship, partnership, spouse, also Padaprapati. That means some people who are waiting to get some designation in their workplace. This is also a very, very beautiful period for them. Now, one thing that happens here is that in this chart, Venus is a Maraka. Maraka means it is the lord of the second and the seventh house. Now, in such situations, we should always be very careful about our health. Sometimes health can have a little bit of challenges during the time when Venus is transiting in its own sign. Health, especially related to the lower abdomen of the body, mostly related to for women related to uterus, UTIs, same for male related to their genitals. If they are having some issues, or if you're going through Venus Mahadasha Antardasha right now, then you may encounter such issues. So be very careful and take medical advice as soon as possible. One beautiful thing that is happening is that Venus, Sun is also going to be, Sun is in debilitation right now, and very soon it is going to go into the sign of Mars, into the Scorpio sign in next 15 days. When Sun, like the Lord of the fifth house here with Venus, the Lord of the seventh house, those people who are waiting for some love, romance, anything that has to do with what you say, relationships, partnerships, very beautiful time for that. So if you are expecting something related to love, romance, partnerships, then this is the time that things will start very positive for you. Moon, Chandra, the fourth house lord goes to the 12th house. This is the time that expenses related to your home can happen. There can also be sudden travels during this time. On the other hand, this is a very beautiful time for your subconscious mind to get activated. You should be in a beautiful, moon is getting into a Purnima right now. So you should be in that mood that, spiritually very, very much awakened, evolved. That is the exact time. But sometimes health of the mother can be taken into a little bit of stress, because fourth house lord has gone to the 12th house. So we want to be very careful in that area. Since it is sitting with Saturn, this is the time that sleep pattern can get disturbed. So we have to be careful about that also. Saturn is all set to get direct this month. So that also is another thing that video will be coming. So do follow us. When we talk about now moon entering into the sign of Aries, what a beautiful point where moon is being aspected by Venus, aspected by what do you say, aspected by sun. It's a Purnima. It's a very beautiful Purnima, and here we can see that absolutely illuminated life we can see during this time. Moon is the fourth house lord getting into the first house, which is kind of a Raja Yoga. So that is also a very, very beautiful placement. So yourself, your personality, your attitude is at illumination right now. You'll be superb. Then moon enters into Taurus on 6th of November. This is also a very beautiful period because moon is getting exalted here. Now, an exalted moon receiving the third aspect of Saturn, also aspect of Mars, aspect of Mercury. So this is a very, very big aspects of moon in an exaltation. This means that discipline is required to spend money. Discipline is required for investment also, and discipline is required for any kind of research that you're doing in your life. That is what it does. Overall, very beautiful period. Your speech, if you are thinking of negotiating something, this is the right time that you should negotiate, and it will be in your favor only. Then moon enters into Gemini. Now here, if you see, the fourth house lord has gone exactly 12th from itself. Sometimes short distance travel happens. Misunderstanding with your siblings can also happen. So we want to be very careful and very, you know, very, we can say, any communication that you do, more emotional, more practical. It should be more practical than emotional. That's what exactly the time is required. But very good time for skill development, because Moon is looking at the ninth house. It can give you some kind of skill development during this time. All the best. Have a great time. We will be starting live on Instagram. So I hope that you have joined. So we'll see you on Instagram very soon. Bye bye. Taurus. Now your Lagna Lord is going to the sixth house. Venus is entered into the sign of Libra. This is the good news, by the way, because those people who are struggling from health problems, challenges, problems related to enemies, court cases, and sometimes related to debt, you're not able to get debt. This is the time that it is going to work for you in wonders. Now, Sun, who is the lord of the fourth house, is also in the sixth house. So those who are trying to, those who are in property business, those who are trying to acquire property, those who are trying to take debts, it's a clean, check for you right now. You will be able to do everything in a very beautiful way. Later, Venus is looking at the 12th house. So this is also a time for travel. So there can be possibility of travel. Sometimes sudden travels can come up from your workplace. If there are a lot of challenges happening, if there is problem from the government, that also gets solved during this time. So beautiful. Moon enters into the 11th house for you guys. Now, Moon is the third house lord, that is communication lord, goes to the 11th house with Saturn. Here, Moon is not bad, but we want to be very careful when Saturn is here. Sometimes more discipline is required in your social circle. You cannot go out of the way. This is exactly the time that you need to be focused on your own self, your own behavior, your own communication, because commitments, saying lies, getting into gossips can create losses for you, because that is happening next. Moon enters into the sign of Aries. Now, third house lord goes to the 12th house. There can be travel. So travel is good, but if there is losses because of communication, we don't want it right now. Moon is into a full Purnima, so we want to be absolutely illuminated. We want to be very, high on energy, spiritual energy. That is what is required. So we don't want to get into more of uh, expenses at the cost of communication. So we want to be keep our mouth shut during the beginning of the week. Moon then enters into Lagna, becomes exalted. Again, it is a very beautiful time when Mars is aspecting Mahalakshmi Yoga, Mercury is aspecting, Saturn is aspecting. So here, it means that it is a time to transform yourself, more discipline in your attitude, more discipline in yourself, maybe some physical workout. On the hand, Mars aspecting Moon, this is also a time when you need to be more focused on how you want to create, what you say, an impact and balance between your emotion and practicality. Mercury here also looking at Moon is a very beautiful thing. So Mercury putting an aspect on Moon is more benefic than Mars, and then you do what you call Saturn. So this is the time that you yourself will try to explore yourself. So if you're going through Moon Mahadasha Antardasha, then this will be a very, very transformative period. If not, then it is just that you have to take more action, more care about your own discipline. And then Moon enters into the sign of Gemini, exactly 12th from its sign, that is Cancer, in the second house. Here we will see some opportunities coming from money from a foreign country. There can also be Mars is still aspecting Moon, so this is a point where you can even expect some sudden gains through partnerships. So foreign countries, family dynamics can become very, very powerful, and from benefit from family also can happen during this time. So overall, it's a very, very beautiful week. Only thing we want to be careful is when Moon is with Saturn. That is the only challenge, because it can create some Visha Yoga, some poisonous thing in your social circle. All the best. Have a great time. Instagram live is starting. So those who have joined, good. Otherwise, that handle is in front of you and in the link below. So all the best. Gemini ascendant. Now here we look that Venus is transiting to the fifth house. The 12th house lord is transiting to the fifth house. What a beautiful placement of Venus. Those who are students and trying to go to a foreign country, apply there, getting some kind of acceptance, non-acceptance, all the problems that are going on will get solved. On top of that, those who are in speculative business, share market, stock market, there also values goes up. Those who are Venus and Sun here are together, this also means a great thing. Sun is the third house lord in the fifth house. Communication with your kids. Venus coming here adds more, softness to the communication with your kids. Any government related challenges that you're facing will also get solved. related to your children, related to your speculation, related to your education, all that will solve. One beautiful thing is that because Venus is here, love life can get evolved during this time. So more invitation in love and comfortability and real happiness comes when fifth house has fifth house lord into itself. It's a very beautiful placement of Venus, by the way. Now, Moon comes to the 10th house with Saturn. It is a Visha Yoga on 2nd of November till 4th of November. We want to be very careful in our workplace. We don't want to overcome it. We don't want to do any kind of challenges, or no, not challenges. We don't want to do any kind of power battle here. Emotional torture or emotional, we can say that, trying to get other people in an emotional way to ourselves. This should be avoided. One thing that should be done is that try to be as calm as possible. Sometimes when moon is entering into Purnima, completely full moon, our emotions are very, very charged up. That is the time we need to control, we need to do meditation. So in the workplace, it is a time of caution during this week. Then moon goes to the 11th house. This is good placement of moon, and here aspected by Venus and aspected by what you say, aspected by Venus and aspected by Sun. Exalted aspect of Sun and Moon is getting into complete beautiful Purnima in your 11th house. You will get some very good news from your social circles. Sometimes, if you are in a social gathering at this point of time, you get some gains from them. So it's a very, very beautiful and amazing placement of Moon. In fact, second house Lord and 11th house Lord, whenever they have a relationship, financial relief comes. So if you're looking for some financial relief, then this is the time for it. Moon will get exalted after that in the 12th house. This is a time of expenses. Finances come and you suddenly start doing expenses, but also a time of travel. This may be possibility that you may be traveling somewhere during this time. And exalted moon, especially in the 12th house, if you see second level, sometimes gains from foreign countries also come. If you have been trying to, you know, get into a foreign country, get some gains, get some contracts, this is a time that it may happen. Sometimes from family member who's staying very abroad may also get some kind of benefit for you. And then moon enters into Lagna, into the ascendant. And here, beautiful placement of moon again. Second house lord in the Lagna, from your own self, from your efforts, from the past, what you say, from the past hard work that you have done, you are supposed to now receive some very beautiful news here. And as soon as moon goes into the second house, it is going to make Gaj Kesari. So something very beautiful is cooking here this week. All the best, guys. This is a very powerful, very amazing week. Let's hope that this brings a lot of great happiness. Only career wise, when moon is with Saturn, we want to be careful here. See you next week, and Instagram live is starting very soon. So please follow on Instagram. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Cancer, Karka. When we talk about Cancer here, Venus, Shukradev, the Lord of the fourth house, enters the fourth house. So this is very good news when it comes to property, when it comes to home, vehicle. There is beautiful news that all the things related to such, or all the problems related to such, will get solved. On the other hand, you will also see that the Lord of the second house is in the fourth house. So sometimes family wise, you will see that family wise, a lot of support comes during this time. Venus and Sun both are aspecting the 10th house. Sun is looking in the 10th house with an exalted aspect. So this is a time that your career also, really, really picks up. So what a beautiful transit of Venus. On top of that, you will see that Moon will enter into the 9th house and with Saturn. This is a Visha Yoga. So we want to be careful with the relationship with father, relationship with gurus and mentors. Sometimes this is a very good time to go to a pilgrimage. Also, education or philosophy can be a little bit negative during this time. Maybe someone is trying to put some different things on you, so try to understand yourself, try to, what you say, try to focus on your own belief systems rather than listening to other people at the moment. Then moon goes to the 10th house. This is where Purnima happens. It's a full moon, beautiful illuminated moon. Sun is looking here with the exalted aspect. So moon is getting more power during this time, with Venus also aspecting. So it's a great news for career elevation. So something that has to do with career, something that has to do with more of what we say, gains from the career is seen during this time. And the reason is that moon, as soon as after this on 6th, enters into the sign of Taurus. Now here, gains is supposed to happen. Lagna Lord in the 11th house, so gains come. Sometimes gains come professionally, sometimes it can come through partnerships, sometimes it can come through even your own personal effort. Emotionally, a very, very satisfying period. Sometimes with elder siblings, you will have a very, very great, powerful, you know, what do you say, bonding during this time. And then one more thing here, because 11th house is a house of your goals and your wishes. So if you are setting or you want to set some goals for the next year, this is a very beautiful time. And then here comes moon in the 12th house. 12th house moon in the sign of Gemini also can trigger travel. Sudden travel movements, sudden expenses can be coming after November of 8th. So this is what you need to be extra careful, or you need to start preparing yourself for some kind of expenses during this time. But it is going to be for good reasons only, not bad. All the best. Have a great, wonderful week. There is Instagram down there, AC Astro channel. So you should follow, because we are starting live birth chart analysis and it's going to be all free. So please, we will see you there very soon. All the best. Leo. So when we talk about Leo here, Venus, the lord of the third house, who was the lord of the third house and the 10th house, who was debilitated, creating a lot of challenges, is now finally free and coming to the third house of communication. So great time for communication, but also it triggers short distance travel or a very short term travel. So that is also seen sometimes for career reasons, also from your workplace. There may be some, you know, instances of short distance travel. Government related, all the documents, signing, authority, this everything can get solved during this time. It's a very beautiful placement of Venus. On top of that, here your effort that you have been putting so hard, effort now becomes a little bit calmed down. Venus comes here and supports you, gives you things easily as well. Moon enters into the 8th house here. Now we want to understand that Lord of the 12th house in the 8th house makes a Viprit Rajyog. So sometimes travel, expenses, which can be very fruitful for you in the future, but it is going to come and you are going to have a little bit of tough time related to it. So something that you have to be very careful. Saturn and Moon together, here it is Vishwa Yoga. So very careful about driving, very careful about your research. If you've done some research, be very careful about putting it into the market, because it can have some loopholes which can create some challenges for you. Now, Moon is into the 9th house. In complete illumination, it is a Purnima. When Sun is looking at Moon and Venus is also looking at Moon. Now, 12th house Lord in the 9th house, again, signals travel, pilgrimages, going to temples, travel, pilgrimage. So these are the things that you may be, encountering during this time. One nice thing and one good thing about this transit is that it is going to make your devotion, make your dharma, make your education a very, very bright. So you will, this is a very good time to learn, to pick up a book and read it. This is that time that your brain will start adapting the qualities, or maybe start now acting as how you really need to act. Later, Moon becomes exalted in the 9th house, and this is such a beautiful period, because here Moon exalted in the 9th house, or in the 10th house, is the house of your career, aspected by Mars. So some income that you have been waiting or that you really need is going to go up in your what you say, in your career. You will see that income is going to increase, your power is going to increase, your emotional tolerance is going to increase. So beautiful time for all the it's a very, very nice week, except Moon and Saturn. That can create a little bit of hassle. If you're going through Saturn Mahadasha or Moon Mahadasha, then that is when you have to be careful. And then the 12th house Lord is 11th from its 12th from itself in the 11th house. That means gains from foreign countries. Some gains, some sudden gains from foreign countries, some sudden good news from foreign countries. In fact, from your social circle, from your friends, from environment around you, you may get something beautiful out of this time. Honestly, I'm saying good, good, good. It is actually very, very beautiful period for all the Leo ascendant people. All the very best, and see you next week with some more good news. Because Gaj Kesari Yoga is happening, then Moon will enter into with Venus, and Lakshmi Narayan Yoga. So many great things will happen. So all the best. Instagram, AC Astro channel. We are starting live very soon, so I hope that you are there. So we will take your birth charts as well. Thank you. Virgo. Now, Virgo, we will see that Venus is entering into the sign of Libra, that is second house of wealth. Here, if you look at Venus, is also the 9th house Lord going to the second house, so you get really blessed Those who are going through financial trouble, financial challenges, you will see that upliftment is coming in a very, very nice way. Because sun is also here in debilitation. Sun debilitation can create a little bit of challenge because sun is the 12th house lord, so some expenses related to family might have come or may be coming, but because 8th house is where exalted aspect is coming, so we will see that every ups and downs you will have the courage to take it on you, like face to face, and handle it. So very powerful. Your speech becomes very, very and any negotiation that you want to do, any negotiation in salary, in work, in family, in anywhere, this is a very beautiful time to do negotiation because luck is in your favor. Moon enters with Saturn in the seventh house. This is Vishya Yoga. So be careful in the area related to relationships. The relationship lord is in the second house. I know, very beautiful. But here, Moon and Saturn can create some misunderstanding, some poisonous talks, or some gossip, XYZ, which can create a little bit of challenges related to your relationship, partnership. It can be in business, it can be even with spousal relationship with your partner as well. So very careful in these areas. Better to just relax, not react, don't get too much anger. This is what is required. And then moon enters into the eighth house. Now here 11th house lord is in the eighth house. So suddenly in your social circle, some sudden ups and downs can come. This is Purnima period also. And in the Dushtana, in the eighth house, moon is not that great. So in this period, you may feel a little bit of overwhelmed when it comes to your feelings, and you maybe become more secretive, don't try to share anything with other people, and which may create your body language to show up that okay, this person is hiding something or whatnot. So try to be as open and communicative as you can, because moon is in illumination. That means completely Purnima. Here eighth house is where it is happening, so your subconscious mind, your your research, your inner self, it may have a very big transformative energy during this week. So try to focus on that and use it for the better reasons rather than secret things. Moon becomes exalted here as well. Now this is beautiful news for everyone. Exalted moon receiving an aspect of Mercury, and Mercury is the Lagna lord, right? So receiving an aspect is a very, very plus point. Also of Mars, which makes Mahalakshmi Yoga. And the ninth house lord is in the second house. So some financial relief is coming and your destiny will work. Sometimes in this period, you're doing short distance travel, also going to some pilgrimage, going to some temple, going to some church, mosque, maybe some library also. So let's hope for the best. Those who are going students and want to go to foreign country for education, this is a good time that you may get some good news. And then moon enters into the 10th house. Now, here the 11th house lord is in the 10th house. That means it is going to give you some great news related to your career, some goals, some power that you are requiring in your career. Now, this is the time of upliftment in career. You may feel that suddenly everything is working in your favor, and you may also feel that now this is the time that my career, my fame, my ability, my dignity goes up. And why not? Mars is still aspecting moon, so here in career also you are supposed to receive some great news, because this is going to be then end of the week and starting of a new week. So starting of a new week happens with Gaj Kesari Yoga, which is a very powerful in the 11th house, in with moon only. So it's going to be very, very great. And after moon makes this combination, Jupiter is going to turn retrograde and come back into the 10th house. So this is going to be a day to be valued. All the best. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. And Instagram live is coming very soon, so AC Astro channel on Instagram, please follow, and we will see you there. Libra. Now, when we talk about Libra here, Venus is entering into the sign of Libra in Lagna. Lagna is coming into the Lagna, and this is, I don't even have to say how beautiful this is. Lagna Lord coming to the Lagna, your physical outlook, your nature, your attitude, everything, your body, your physical outlook, everything is in your control right now. For the next 1.5 months, you are going to be absolutely illuminated. With sun here in debilitation, we have been feeling a little bit of low on the soul energy, but that's okay. The Lagna Lord has come, given a lot of support to sun. Now it will be a very powerful placement here. Moon enters into the sixth house here. Now, if you look at moon is the 10th house lord, goes to the house of workplace with Saturn. Sometimes workplace politics happen during this time. Sometimes there can be possibility that some of your friend only, or colleague, or someone who you trust a lot may create a little bit of challenges for you. So we want to be absolutely careful how we take the, what you say, the people around us, how we value them, or how we share our secrets. Not a very good time for sharing a lot of secrets. That's my suggestion. Also, health wise, we want to be very careful about our eating habits as well. We don't want to fall sick during this time, because sometimes when moon and Saturn are together, many people face problems in the stomach. Food poisoning is a very, very important thing here. And also dehydration happens, so we want to be careful. Now here, moon will enter into the seventh house and a full Purnima is happening. Kendra Lord in the Kendra and full Purnima. Now, this is one thing where if you're going through by chance Moon Mahadasha, Mars Mahadasha, or what you say, Sun Mahadasha, then you may find something uplifting, just like promotion, because 10th house Lord has gone 10th from itself. And 7th house, you will also see some great news related to your relationships, love life, support from your spouse. Very beautiful placement of moon, and this is not a very small placement. After this, when moon is transiting into the 8th house, this becomes exalted. Now receives an aspect of Mars, receives an aspect of Mercury. Now you have to understand, in such situations, when the 10th house Lord goes to the 8th house, it is sitting 11th from it. So sudden gains in workplace. Suddenly some good news comes in workplace. But sometimes suddenly some news that is good only, but it may not feel right now. You may feel sudden ups and downs, or that, oh my god, what happened to me? Why this happened to me? This change is going to be a good change. So please be ready for the changes during this time. It's going to be a real good change. Sometimes change of job. Sometimes, you know, I have seen in some cases that when moon comes here, there is also loss of job. But it happens for a very good reason, because if you see moon is moving forward in the ninth house, and ninth house is the house of destiny. The 10th house Lord is in the ninth house. So your destiny is going to go up. That means maybe the job that you're doing, you lost for some any reason that is happening, was only because you are supposed to get something very much better. Ninth house, your luck, your higher education, your devotion, your pilgrimage, your travel, everything is getting activated this week. So let's hope for the best, because as soon as moon enters into the 10th house next week, it will be meeting moon, and Gaj Kesari Yoga is happening. So something very great breakthrough in your career is happening. All the very best. See you on Instagram. We are starting live there. The handle is below, so please follow. All the best. See you next week. Scorpio. So when we talk about Scorpio here, Venus is entering into the 12th house, Lord is entering into the 12th house. But here, Venus is a Maraka. So we want to be very careful about the health of our spouse. Sometimes our health also. We want to be very careful about it, because not a very good placement of Venus when it comes to. It can fight enemies, it can fight troubles, it can fight your 12th house things, but still, Maraka is a Maraka. 7th house Lord in the 12th house can create some challenges in partnerships, spouse, losses in partnerships as well. So this is not a very, very great transit for Scorpio ascendant people. Venus entering into the 12th house. Then Moon enters into the 5th house here. Now this is beautiful transit, because look at Moon. Moon is the 9th house Lord, exactly ninth from itself in the 5th house. So here we will see that some good news related to progeny. That means getting childbirth, or in that scenario, if you're working, very good. Sometimes because Moon and Saturn are together, Saturn is something that is existing. So that means your children. Saturn is something that is existing. Rahu is something that is not existing. So here Saturn can create some challenges with your present relationship with children, some poison, some challenges, some miscommunications, and even with your loved ones, with your romantic partner also. Not a very good time to invest too big on speculation. That is my suggestion. Later, Moon enters into the 6th house. Now, this is beautiful placement because it's Purnima is happening, but both the luminaries are in the 12th and the 6th house, which is a cause of concern. Sometimes we don't want to have challenges with the government. If we are doing anything, let's do very ethically, otherwise the problem comes. Because 9th house Lord, the house of judicial system, is coming to the 6th house. Victory will happen, but there will be tension, challenges. So I should take challenges, tension during this time. Good time for loan repayment also. Those who are thinking of, I have accumulated some wealth, let me just put it on my debt and move out of that. Yes, absolutely great time. Moon now enters into the 7th house and aspected by, in an exalted manner, aspected by what you call Mars and Mercury. Beautiful, beautiful aspects. Gains from partnership, new partnership, marriage, proposal of marriage. These are the things that can be seen. Those who are waiting for this relationship, sometimes in the past you have been trying to figure out that some relationship you want to take up, or someone who has gone and who wants to come back. This is that time of comeback. So let's hope for the very much best. Also, great time to sign contracts, new job offers. Also, for job offer from a very distant place, foreign countries also can come. And then moon enters into the eighth house. Now this is a time a little bit of extra research, extra analytics that you need to show, because what's happening is that ninth house lord is in the eighth house. So for your education you need to be more than what you just what we can say. You need to be um more research oriented. There should be a lot of new things that you should be looking at. Eighth house is also the house of bad habits. So sometimes in this situation, moon aspected by Mars can create a little bit of bad habit surge, maybe too much drinking, too much smoking. So we want to be careful about any such situations. All the best. Have a great time. AC Astro channel is the handle on Instagram. We are starting live there. So I hope that you have joined so that you do not miss it. Otherwise, you will say you came live, you did not tell this, that, whatnot. So all the best. Sagittarius. Now, when we talk about Sagittarius here, Venus enters into the 11th house for you. Now, Venus here, if you look, is the 11th house lord as well as the 6th house lord. So, 6th and 6th from the 6th is ruled by Venus. Venus is not that benefic here, but at least when it comes to gains and from your social circle gains, it is an absolute great planet. Sometimes, if you have been hesitating to go in a social event or hesitating to be taking participation in something that has to do with more of social circle, or your colleagues or your office is trying to organize some group setting where you're not, this is the time that you will feel absolutely free and very much illuminated in that area as well. So very great news. On top of that, because 11th house is the house of your elder siblings as well as your goals, this is the time to set up goals and also make your relationship much stronger with your elder siblings. Moon enters into the fourth house and Visha Yoga. Sometimes in your home, some little bit of challenges happen. Challenges related to emotional battle. Sometimes with your mother, you have a little bit of ups and downs. Sometimes in your home or in your property or vehicle, you may have some sudden expenses coming. So this is a part of life, but we have to be very careful. When Saturn and Moon are together, your mind completely gets very, very poisonous. Here you may also be the recipe, or you may also be the one who will be trying to do something wrong to other, or maybe play politics. So we want to be absolutely careful in that area. Then moon will enter into the sign of Aries. Moon in Aries. Now here look at the 8th house and the 5th house making a combination. I always say when 5th house and 8th house are making a combination, and here moon is in Purnima also, this is the kind of lottery. Lottery means speculative gains goes high, suddenly you get some gains. So please try your luck in every aspect of your life, because the more luck you try, the more positive it will be for you. Luck for with your children, luck with you yourself, luck in stock market, luck in lottery, everything you should try during the time when moon is in the sign of, moon is in the 5th house for you, because 8th house lord and 5th house are making a relationship. So all the very best. Some good speculative gain is still coming to you, so all the best. Now moon becomes exalted here, but not in the right manner. See, in a dushtana, getting exalted means that it will empower the qualities of this house. Eighth house lord in the sixth house can create a little bit of challenges when it comes to enemies. Many people will consider you enemies, politics against you. Sometimes, your debt, etc., that you are taking maybe feel like a burden on your head, but still it's an exalted planet. It will try to do as best as it can, but after a lot of struggle. Maybe the morning your struggle starts and evening your struggle ends, and you'll say, my God, this was a very day that I can't forget. That kind of thing can happen during this time. So be very careful, be hydrated, be absolutely powerful, because moon has just come out of her Purnima. It is still in Purnima, by the way. But we want to be very careful about this time and make sure that we are, not doing any kind of back talking about other people in the workplace politics, because we are powerful during this time. We don't want to use this power in the wrong way. Later, moon will enter into the 7th house. That is the house related to your relationship and partnership. This is Gemini. And here, moon is going to be very, very absolutely analytical. Eighth house lord here, that means sometimes, gains from partnership, shared resources, gains, new partnerships, new signatures, new designation. All this is what you will be able to see during this time. So overall, very powerful, very beautiful, very amazing week. Only thing that we want to be careful about, and I be very clear about it, Saturn and moon in the 4th house, it can create emotional imbalance, also problem with mothers, vehicles. I told you about all this. So we want to be very careful about this time. Moon in the seventh house, aspected by what is it, Mars, can also bring foreign investments or foreign associations. Okay, so be open for that also. All the best. Instagram is here. We are starting Instagram live from this weekend only, so please follow. Otherwise, you will miss it. All the best. Capricorn. Now, when we talk about Capricorn here, between 2nd and 8th of November, here is how we will see. Venus will enter into the sign of Libra into the 10th house. Those who are struggling in professional life, now your professional life goes very, very beautiful. Those who are having some kind of trouble with the government also, now that also really solves for you. Venus here is a Yoga Karaka. Coming to the 10th house, that means is the most beautiful placement of Venus. It will make sure that all the challenges related to your work solves during this time. Also your power, your dignity, your rank, those who are looking for new jobs, those who are looking for changes, everything comes into an easy way out. So all the best. You will see here that Moon is transiting into the third house. Now Moon is the seventh house lord going to the third house. Be careful of your shoulders. Even with your younger siblings, there can be some kind of challenges because seventh house lord is in the third house with the Saturn Visha Yoga. So very careful about communication with elder siblings. Short distance travel can be a little bit extra tiring during this time. So make sure that whatever you're writing, whatever you're saying is very balanced during this time. Even travel plans, you may understand and feel in your mind that, okay, if I'm traveling, there will be some challenges. So please make a note of that. Later, Moon will enter into the Moon will enter into the fourth house. Here, a full Purnima is happening. Your Kendra Lord in the Kendra Raja Yoga. But on top of that, it is a Maraka. Health of the mother has to be taken into absolute consideration. Because Sun and Moon are opposite each other, this is a good news related to property. Because fourth house is where Sun is putting an exalted aspect. So, property, vehicle, anything that you're trying to procure or sell or buy or whatever it is going to be happening in your favor. Sometimes this is the time that we will see that emotionally a lot of support comes from the professional sphere, so all the very best for that. Later Moon will enter into the fifth house in exalted way, and this is a speculative time for you. In fact, it is exalted. On top of that, it is receiving an aspect of Mars. So this is Mahalakshmi Yoga in the fifth house of Mahalakshmi. So some monetary benefit is coming for you this week. So financial relief is at peak during this time. Also because seventh house lord is in the fifth house, love relationships, new relationships. There can be possibility of new, what you say, interest in some kind of education, some kind of new creativity is what you are going to try. And please try. It's going to be very, very good for you. Later, Moon will come to the sixth house. Now, sixth house is also health. Maraka Lord in the sixth house, not a great time. So here we want to be very careful about health. Sometimes because Moon is in such good activation, overall, we try to overexert ourselves. We are trying to overdo. I will do this also, that also. I will achieve this also, that also. In that scenario, we want to be extra careful during this time. Otherwise, we may face a little bit of extra challenges from overall level. Okay. All the best. Moon in the sixth house, aspecting the 12th house can also create some opportunities from foreign countries. So let's hope for the best. AC Astro channel is Instagram and we are starting live there. So please follow, otherwise you will miss it. Then you will say, I missed live, this, that. So please follow. Aquarius rising. Now, when we talk about Aquarius here, Venus is entering into the sign of Libra, into the ninth house, and Yoga Karka, fourth house lord in the ninth house. Such a beautiful placement of your peace, happiness. Your luck is at the seventh sky during this time, from debilitated Venus now to a very, very powerful ninth house Venus. All the things that were happening and not happening completely, it was starting to happen but did not happen, starting to happen. Now your luck will make that happen. It will come, it will dig the grave, bring that out, and give you. That's how powerful this Venus is. Because it is with Sun, any kind of judicial system, that any kind of judiciary system where you are trying to fight, you're trying to show yourself or trying to do something, it is going to be important for you. You will have a victory there also. So if there is any court cases, any decision making, any decision coming, it is in your favor. You will really make it during this time. Relationship with father also becomes very much better, and travel opportunities, especially for pilgrimage, also happens during this time. Now here we will see that Moon has gone to the second house with Saturn. This is the Visha Yoga. Understand, a Visha Yoga happens when your mind gets completely occupied by a malefic, and this is exactly why Sarasati also happens because mind gets completely occupied by a malefic for a very long period of time. Now, here we want to be extremely careful that we investment, money wise, finance wise, we will get a lot of relief because of Venus. But here, if you're going through Moon Mahadasha or Saturn Mahadasha, Sarasati, anything like that, then this is a dangerous time for family. There can be disputes in the family, challenges in the family, financial loss in the family. So we want to be very careful about our financial decisions between 2nd and 4th of November. As soon as Moon enters into the Aries sign, here Moon is getting an aspect of Sun. This is an exalted aspect of Sun. This is powerful time. Then there is no problem. Your communication becomes very powerful. Your efforts that you're trying to put becomes more, highlighted. But a benefic in the third house becomes little bit of hesitant to give you very good results. So we want to be balanced in this time. Our communication, etc., we are too emotional because Moon is in very very big illumination. So we want to be more practical, and for that practical, Mars now starts playing a role. Mars puts an aspect on Moon here on the fourth house. This is Mahalakshmi Yukta. Those who are waiting for any kind of any kind of good news related to their property, their vehicle, their home, their shifting, anything that has to do with land, property, emotional happiness, it is going to come because Moon is exalted here as well. Exalted planet in the Kendra gives absolute good results. Sometimes debt related problems that you're having, debt, lot of expenses, lot of debt, lot of debt recovery is happening, you're not able to pay, you get raise here during the time Moon is in the fourth house. So it's a very very great placement of Moon during this time. Now, after this, yeah, one good thing that your mother, if she's going through a little bit of health problems, now this time she recovers. And then Moon comes to the fifth house. Fifth house is a very auspicious place for any planet to sit, and especially like a planet like Moon, who's the sixth house lord. Sometimes victory from enemies, sometimes challenges that you are facing, your children were facing, you will see that now that is also solved. In fact, this is also the place where speculation, if you're in share and stock market, you will see something going up. In fact, this is also a period where you're trying for childbirth, that may also trigger now. You're trying for education in a foreign country or trying to take debt for education, that may also trigger. So it's a very very powerful, beautiful and amazing placement of Moon this week. Except Moon in the second house with Saturn between 2nd and 4th of November is in time of caution. It can create some challenges around your mind. Okay, so only this thing is required, otherwise beautiful week. AC Astro channel is the Instagram handle. We are starting live there, so I hope that you come, otherwise you will miss it. Then you will say this you did and you did not tell us. I'm telling you that tomorrow, I think Rohit, tomorrow we will do it, right, live in the morning, right? So 1 hour, so let's hope for the best this time only, I think, mostly. Let's see. Take care. Thank you. Pisces. Now, when we talk about Pisces, Venus is entering into the 8th house. Now, look at Venus' position. It's the 3rd and the 8th house lord. Now, 8th house is the house of turn ups and downs. Now, Venus being a benefic, coming here will try to control as much as problems that are going on in your life. Your sudden ups and downs, your challenges, all the problems that you are facing, Venus is going to help you solve. On top of that, Venus being the 8th house lord will put you into lot of occult, lot of research, lot of analytics. Those who are working in industry related to finance, investments, insurance, you will see a upliftment, you will see a uprise in your career during this month. Very good for financial, very good for research, very good for PhDs, very good for getting new projects for PhD people. So great news for those people. Later, Moon will enter into Lagna, but here we want to be very careful. See, if you look at Moon is the fifth house lord, very auspicious planet, but here coming with Saturn creates your attitude, your self, your physical out, everything becomes very poisonous around you. You will only find negativity during this time. So we want to be as positive as we can by putting meditation, spirituality in front. We should be putting those things in the right order. Overall, this is a time of doing lot of Lord Shiva chanting, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, because this is the time that relationship, because we both are aspecting the seventh house. Relationship wise also we can have misunderstanding, emotionally we may feel hurt. So we want to be very careful between these 2 days, 2nd November till 4th of November. As soon as 4th of November happens, Moon gains complete power because it is in illumination. It is in Purnima. Moon gives absolutely power in the second house. Here is the lord of the fifth house in the second house. You get some money, monetary relief, financial relief, some sudden gains, gains from your children, gains from your, even you, not you, your children also gain. This is how beautiful the placement of interdependence of planet happens in a birth chart. Moon now enters into the third house of communication in an exalted manner. Now, this time is a great time of negotiation between fourth and between eighth, fourth and eighth, second and third placement of Moon. It's a very good time for negotiation. If you're trying to negotiate to find a new job, for money, for with family, with siblings, with anyone, negotiation is one thing that may completely stand up during this time, and you may really, really, what you say, benefit as well as prosper in negotiation. So please keep your negotiation signals very up. Very good time for communication, short distance travel, putting effort, starting new skills. Mars aspecting Moon here, you emotions get a lot of courage as well. So if you have that idea, this is the time to put that idea on in the universe out there. Then Moon comes into the fourth house. Fourth house is the house where Moon gets directional strength. So Moon is very powerful here. May whatever sign it is, doesn't matter. It is a very good time for emotional dependence. It is a very good time for emotional security. Very good time for procuring house, land, vehicles. Working towards them also is very good. Here you may feel that your mother and your relationship is revived now, or there may be possibility that you may guys come together, have a great time. Or those people who don't have mother unfortunately will start feeling the presence of that kind of divine energy, or may find some motherly love during this time. So it's a very beautiful placement of Moon. Moon is doing very good, except Moon and Saturn together in the first, like between 2nd and 4th of November is when we can make some mistakes. Otherwise, Moon is in very, very great position this week. So we will not make big mistakes. If you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, make cash it during this time. Very powerful Mahadasha or Antardasha. Very powerful placement of Jupiter. Stock market, share market is going to give you some great surge. But try to be out of it before 11th of November, as soon as Jupiter is becoming retrograde. Okay. So that is what should be required. AC Astro channel on Instagram. We are going to be live tomorrow. I hope so. That please make sure that you are subscribed, or you are like. I don't know what all you say. Follow, like. So do that, and we will see you there. And subscribe on our channel also. Thank you, Rohit ji. This was the
Thank you,
small
Makarji.
reading.
Thank you very much. And yes, follow Instagram because there we will do live
Hmm.
without any, super chats and all things. Free live for all the family members. So subscribe, follow, and we will meet you there very soon. Thank you, Akash. We'll meet you in some next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram.
Jai
Jai
Shri
Hind.
Ram, Jai Hanuman,
Jai
Jai
Mata
Mata Di, Jai
Di.
Malakshmi. Om Namah Shivaya.